Welcome all to our lecture series, Climate Protection. For the upcoming winter semester, we have an interesting program which we will introduce to you now, and to the online participants, a bit smaller, which is for you here in Innsbruck University, and also for the Aurora students in other universities, for example, in Italy and Spain. So welcome for the students from the Aurora network. That's also the reason why we do it in English now. It's the second time that we have it in English. Last semester, it was the first time for the Aurora network. Today, I will give you, together with Ingomar Glatz, an introduction to the lecture series, which is hosted in the interdisciplinary and generic competences. So all of you are from different disciplines, and you will have access to the OLAT. In the OLAT, you will find a lot of background information. If you want to have further reading, you will find there a kind of literature list and a link list where you can watch videos, and you also can watch the videos from all the recordings of the lectures of the previous semesters. Some of them are of special interest for you. If you want to have some basic information, I will explain this further in detail, which are from special interest. All the lectures are in the YouTube channel, are hosted in the YouTube channel. You will find them some days or sometimes some weeks later also in the YouTube channel if you want to, also from this winter semester will be uploaded on the YouTube channel. Then I will explain you about the assignment and the examination modalities, what's your task within the semester, and then some words about the climate action and sustainable development goals, the SDGs. There is an extra lecture which is also recorded if you want to inform more about these. And then last but not least, the program of this winter semester. That's what you are mostly interested. Just today in the morning, it was uploaded on the website. You will find it also on the OLAT, the actual program. It took us a lot of time to finalize it, but finally it's online. So what do we focus within this lecture series? It's about climate action. It's not about adaptation or climate crisis in general. Not about the climate crisis in general. For example, in Vienna, there is some lecture series. Could you please mute your microphone? There's one microphone unmuted. Okay. Well, the focus of this lecture is actually climate action. So it's what can we do to limit the climate change and its effects. So it's mostly on SDG 13, but as you know, sustainability is highly interconnected, and you can't separate the SDGs from each other. So we will relate our topics always to other SDGs. It's highly interdisciplinary. We started with a lot of lectures focused on energy, but it's, as already mentioned, highly interdisciplinary and related to all topics of sustainability. So if you have a look on OLAT, you will find this list. Very important, the Agenda 2030, the resolution of the General Assembly, then the IPCC literature, the Referent's National Plan and Climate Plan, the World in 2050. So many things which are really basic and for further reading. You will find scientific basics and a lot of videos which can give some background information. Now I will show you also some old videos from the last semesters, which can be interesting. One is from Stefan Rahmsdorf. He gave a really brief introduction about climate crisis, what we know from scientific point of view and what we can do about it. So I don't know how long it is, it's about 20 minutes or so, really an abbreviation about what the climate crisis is and what can we do about it. So it's in English, so also for the Aurora students, it's good to watch this short video. The next one is in German only, but I think most here in the lecture hall are German speaking. So it's from Helga Kromp-Kolb, Klimawandel, Klimakrise, Klimakatastrophe, so climate crisis and what about science and what do we know about it. So very interesting, and yeah, you can watch it on the YouTube channel. All the videos are hosted here. So if you go not to Übersicht, but videos, then you find all of them from the, I think, 40 lectures in total we have now. Yeah, unfortunately for the Aurora students, mostly are in German, but yeah, you'll find some interesting English versions also. The actual program now is on OLAT, but it's also on our webpage, Ringvorlesung Klimaschutz, and all the programs of the old lectures are also hosted there. So if you want to have some reading, you find them on the same webpage. Then I produced a kind of mind map, which might be useful for you. It looks like this. I don't know if you are familiar with mind maps. It's like a tree structure. And with this link, you come to this mind map, which is about climate protection and sustainability. And there you find two branches. One is Ringvorlesung Klimaschutz, our lecture series on climate protection. And then one branch is about sustainability in general. So, and they widely branch up and you find a lot of information. And it's very handy because you can click on the lecture series and directly end up with the video link to the YouTube channel, for example. As you know, this year the results of the Klimarat, the Citizens Climate Council, presented 93 recommendations what could be done. That's an Austrian council, and you find all the recommendations and all the topics also on this mind map. And you can download the PDF, which is listing all the results from this Citizens Climate Council. Here you see the photo from Georg Tapaina and Julia Riffelsberger, Madeleine Stranzinger, Paul Lackner, and Walter Hutter and Georg Kaser from University of Innsbruck. They presented it in Vienna this June. Yeah, about the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, as already mentioned, all of them are important and they are indivisible, but in the series lecture, we focus on SDG 13. You can watch the video for further information, and you will find the goals of the SDG 13, which is on take urgent action to address climate change and its impact. So we don't focus on the impact, mostly on the action. So 13.2 is integrate climate action into national policies, strategies, and planning. and the climate change mitigation in 13.3 is what we focus on here in this lecture series mostly. This is the lecture from Herbert Vormeyer. This is in German, and you can watch the video. It was recorded in Uninetz, this lesson. Yeah, it's a good introduction. Yeah, and now we come to the program of this winter semester. Thank you very much to Ingomar Glatz. We together, myself, Rainer Pfluger from Arbeitsbereich Energieeffizientes Bauen, Energy Efficient Building Department here in the University of Innsbruck, and Ingomar Glatz.
Welcome again. My name is Ingomar Glatz. I'm from the Geography, and actually I'm working in the project Uninetz. Perhaps you heard about it. If not, it doesn't matter. And I'm also a coordinator of Scientists for Future. So if you have any questions there, you can contact me as well.
Scientists for Future webpage is also a really interesting information base. There are a lot of facts and informations hosted there, so it's good to have a look. All the links are also hosted in this mind map. You'll find all the links, so you don't have to search so much. Yeah, we have different topics. Each semester we focus on different parts which are important to climate protection. So today is the introduction lecture, and the next lecture is not in this list. It will be a presentation of the Green Office on the 19th of October. The Green Office will present what they are and what they are doing. Maybe it's interesting for you here in Innsbruck for sure, and maybe also for the Aurora network students. Maybe they have similar kind of Green Office and they want to interconnect and exchange information, share information, what they are doing, what we do here in Innsbruck. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next lecture in 19th of October. Yeah, and then as you may have already seen, we had a topic of mobility and climate protection also from Markus Meiler and Thomas Geisler. It was in 2020. But now we focus this semester on traffic, but on the role of spatial planning in climate change. That's a really interesting topic, which was not tackled up to now in the lecture series. So Stefan Tischler here from University of Innsbruck of the Department of Infrastructure, Unit of Intelligent Transport Systems, will give a lecture on this topic. He is a specialist in alpine transport infrastructure engineering and special development. He is environmental ombuds of the Tyrolean Regional Authority and advisor of regional and local communities and firms. And it will be really interesting to hear what he will tell us about spatial planning and the role of climate protection. Thomas Modre is working in energy logistics in Zellstoff Pölz AG. What's the reason for inviting him? I think that will be a really interesting topic, especially this winter, where all industries have to save energy as much as possible, and this is part of climate protection too. Yeah, and it's interesting to see how they solved problems in terms of energy in advance. Especially the paper production industry is highly related to gas consumption. They need a lot of energy, as you know. And Dominique Modre will show how it's possible to reduce the energy consumption dramatically. Yeah, it will be really interesting directly hear from industry what can be done. And if you have read in the newspapers already, about 10 to 15 are saved compared to 2020 consumption in gas already. So there is a lot of things possible.
Thank you. Before we go ahead, I want to highlight again how it works, the lecture series, because in the normal way, on the usual way, the lectures are talking for an hour, and after that we have about 30 minutes to discuss with the experts. And there you are invited to ask them to give your input, and from your aspect to have the questions, and then the expert have to ask. And this is just working if you are really discuss with our experts. For that, you are invited to come to the lectures and to discuss with our experts. The next one is Heinz Fuchsig. He's a medicine from the Inventor Officer of the Austrian and Tyrolean Medical Association, from the AUVA. I think it's better known here. And he is introducing the planetary health. How is everything connected to health? I think this is one of the keys, what we didn't trigger that much right now in this community, but I think we need the doctors, the medical staff, because they have the trust and they can speak with the people. I think that's going to be really interesting. And he is a person who has already a heartwarming example he's doing on his house himself. Some examples. I think he's going to explain that. I hope so. The next one is a philosophy, Andreas Urbandacher, also here from the University of Innsbruck. And he's talking about civil disobedience, also ziviler Ungehorsam. I think this is pretty important for all the people who is doing climate action already. It's for sure important for all Fridays for Futures, and also interesting for the Scientists for Futures. And he's writing a book right now. It's coming up next in 27th of January 23. If you want to support him, you can buy the book or not. It's called Illegale, ein Grenzphänomen zwischen Flucht und Migration. I think it's pretty important and interesting.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, I think, yeah, and then Alexander Passer from Technical University of Graz. He is head of the working group for sustainable construction. And he will give on the 18th of January next year a lecture on sustainable construction. He's specialist in construction and sustainability, and he will talk about new changes for our future in terms of the construction industry, in terms of sustainability. He works in modeling of the building life cycle and methods of life cycle-based sustainability assessment. We already had a guest from Graz, Professor Kirchengast. He does all this carbon balancing, and this is really related to his presentation. So if you are interested to have more background information, you are welcome to listen to the presentation of Professor Kirchengast before the lecture from Alexander Passer starts.
The next lecture will be held from Dr. Wolfgang Gromp. He's the husband, actually, from Helga Gromp, what we saw before. And he's one of the most important voices in the nuclear energy. I think he's one of the reasons why we don't have nuclear energy here in Austria. And he will hold a lecture about this topic, nuclear energy. Is this a solution or not? He said in an interview, that's the reason I put it in, the wishful thinking of a madman. He said that in a jokingly way because of himself, because he has ideas for a world without of nuclear power. But I think he is going to explain on himself.
Thank you. Yeah, and then the final presentation will be from my colleague Anke Bockreis from University of Innsbruck, Unit of Environmental Engineering. It's about the circular economy and what it could achieve for climate protection, and how is it related to climate change. Also, some quotation from her: it's important to be aware that climate change is already happening, and so we must act now. Everyone can make a contribution on a large or a small scale. I think this is also really closely related to our topic which she will present.
And what we didn't say right now is that normally we have the lecture every 2 weeks in the same day, same date, and same time. But this year is a bit different. It's not always every second Wednesday. So please look at the date. Not that you are here and there is no lecture or you're going to miss a lecture. But anyway, we are going on this week. When we have a lecture, we're going to send you a mail with the link and all the stuff, so you get remembered.
Yeah, thank you. And then I think you're interested how the examination will be done. It's quite simple. We have an upload folder on OLAT where you can upload your contributions, and what has to be done is I'll explain you here now in brief, but you will find it more in detail on OLAT on a PDF. It's explained more in detail. Well, all these lectures we present here are, or not all, but a lot of them are from suggestions from you students. What are you interesting? Especially you are from so wide different subjects, and it's always interesting to hear what is your special focus and what could be related for climate protection. So please give us suggestions and wishes for future speaks and lectures in the upcoming summer semester. It will take place also in summer semester. If you're interested to take part again, you can do so. But for the students, it will be interesting to have interesting suggestions from your point of view. It's for students, from students, so welcome to give suggestions here. And then the task is to give research on publications and contributions on the topics of this winter semester. So please make some review about literature and links and so on related to the topics in this semester. And then we are interested in approaches to climate protection from your special subject area. I'm sure that doesn't matter from which subject you are, there can be approaches which are useful for climate protection. So give some literature advice, and the most important part of this task is to set up a research question which up to now is not solved. So a research question, how your field of research could contribute to climate protection, and with which methods it could be solved. You don't have to solve it. It's not a work for 1 or 2 years. So, but set up the question and please give really adapted methods which are suited to your special research questions. And then a voluntary task for the Aurora students. I'm highly interested what's going on at your home university. Maybe there are really interesting lessons or student initiatives on climate protection. Feel free to share them. I will list them also for University of Innsbruck, and maybe there can be some collaboration in future between the different Aurora universities. That would be the ideal idea. Yeah.
Thank you. And if you want to go in climate action, we have an initiative here. It's called the INUI, Initiative Nachhaltige Universität Innsbruck. They are a group of students. They try to make the university himself sustainability. And another initiative is the Forum N. It's not that local, it's more regional here or national. And they are going to do some stuff as well. And this is sustainability, sorry. If you want it, you can getting connected with them. All the mail and all the other links you will find on the PDF what we are going to send you.
Yeah, the slides you've seen there are already uploaded on OLAT on the folder for the lectures. You will find all, hopefully all or almost all lectures in this folder. So if you want to read something which was in the presentation, you can refer to the upload folder. Yeah, that's it so far from our side. If you have any questions, feel free to ask or to discuss. So everything clear also from the online people? There's some question. Should we write the examination in English? Yeah, so it's part of the Aurora concept to gain some knowledge also in languages. So it would be really good if you do it in English. It has several reasons. One reason is that it's an international kind of study, so the exchange is much simpler. And yeah, we can use on the content in an international basis. And for you, maybe it's a good training to yeah, get more internationalized. Maybe, yeah, that's. Look in the chat if there's different. Is there some deadline? Yeah. So please give the results till mid of February. I think it's the 15th or so. Different questions, yeah. Upload the task on the OLAT folder till the 15th of February. Yeah. Further question? Yeah. Exactly. So that's I just briefly described, but you find the complete description of the task on OLAT. There's this PDF at the same place where you find the program. Yeah. And if you have any questions, just write me an email or whatever. Yeah. Exactly. Yes, it would be really interesting. Yeah. So it can be fully international. Either we could invite the lecturers to come to Innsbruck, or they do it remote by GoToMeeting. So preferable it's in presence. So they come to Innsbruck. We had also professors from Germany, from different countries. And Switzerland, yeah. So yeah, if it's really far, then it's maybe too expensive. Then we do it online by a GoToMeeting. But it would be highly interesting, yeah, if you have different. Sorry. No, you don't have to coordinate. If you mention the person, then we can take up contact with him. And that's great. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. So my name, first of all, my name is Timothy, but my friends usually call me Timmy. I'm from Uni Innsbruck, studying for my Masters of Information Systems. So my question is, I saw on the slides or in the examination performance, it's one of the bullet points says approaches to climate protection from your subject area. does that mean that we write our own opinion about the climate protection? At least we relate to our subject area, or should we like it's similar to the second and the fourth points, where we like research for the publications and contributions for the climate protection, but it's related to our subject area. Thank you.
Yeah, the first part is to do some kind of review and find literature and so on. And the second part is, as you correctly mentioned, is you do a research question from your point of view. That's your opinion and your fantasy to find a research question which is really good related and is from your topic. So we really had different students, even from. It would be nice to know from which kind of subjects you are. Informatics, or it was Wirtschaftsinformatik. Okay, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of topics which are highly related to climate protection. Yeah, and it would be nice to know. As I'm not related to your subject, I'm from building engineering, and I don't know which type of methods are well adapted. So it's your task to define the methods correctly. So that would be interesting. Thank you. Yeah, other questions? And no questions in the chat? Okay, then I would say thank you very much. It's nice that you're so interested in this topic, and you can tell all your friends. Maybe it's still open for register. So this was the first lecture. They wouldn't have missed anything if they read what we told today. Maybe they can inscribe still. So welcome.
Thank you very much from my side as well. And the hidden task, of course, is the discussion after every lecture. Thank you, and we're looking forward to the next lectures.